Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and I'm here with another 50th birthday card today. Hey, so I'm using Jaded Blossoms, Gnome Dies number add-ons, they're girl gnome dies, they're gnome dies birthday add-ons, so many birthdays 5, outline dies, border dies 2, rectangle dies, and our scalloped rectangle dies. There we go. No Malicious birthday stamp set, and our balloon dies, and our stitched oval dies. I'm also using the Hey Cupcake Doodlebug pad and the Dot Stripe Rainbow Petite Prints, along with the Hey Cupcake odds and ends that match that paper pad. So I'm going to put together my gnome first. So I cut out the birthday hat from that Gnome Dies party add-ons or birthday add-ons, and I cut out the little trim with that pink pattern paper from the Hey Cupcake pad, and I'm inking the edges with Distress ink. I'm using picked raspberry, mustard seed, and spun sugar to go around the edges. So all that paper, like I said, came from that Hey Cupcake 6-inch pad from Doodlebug. And you'll see that I did cut out the black outlines in American Crafts cardstock, which is kind of my go-to, along with P13's Skin Tones stamping pad for the face, nose, hands, and feet. And the hair was cut out of Paper Tray Inks dark chocolate cardstock, but everything will be listed on my blog, you know, if I'm talking too fast for you. So I'm just doing some quick ink blending around the edges with a Ranger Distress like sponge tool there. And I'm just inking around the edges just for something fun. So I'm first putting together the little girl gnome. So you always want to start with the dress. So there we go, popping the dress down that was inked with that mustard seed ink. And then I am getting things ready to make the hat. So first I'm going to put the hat down on the silhouette. So the pattern part of the hat down. There we go. And then I will add my little pom-pom to the top using reverse tweezers and art glitter glue. I just find it's easy to use reverse tweezers for this. It gives you kind of an extra set of fingers, right, to hold on to things. And, you know, to keep your fingers out of the glue. So there we go. So there's the party hat. And you'll notice that you have to trim down the original hat. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to quickly trim it down. There we go. And then I will get the rest of this put together. So next you want to put on the face. And I kind of put that, you know, partially down that dress a little bit. There we go. Now the hat will, you know, sort of cover up that, you know, hat that we cut off. There we go. Isn't that cute? Just so cute. And then the hair is always meant to line up with all the hats. So you want to line that up with the hats on either side. So easy stuff. There we go. Isn't that cute? And then I'm going to add the little bows to her hair. There we are. And I put too much glue on there because, you know, that's what happens. And they're little tiny bows cut from that same paper pad. There we go, in the yellow. And now I'm going to use the Gnome Dies number add-ons. And you'll notice that I cut off the inside hands because I'm using 2 numbers today, right? So I'm going to have a hand on either side of like one, you know, one on one side of the 5 and one on the other side of the 0. There we go. Isn't that cute? And then I will pop up the little hands with a dimensional. And there we are. Isn't that cute? So I'm going to have her holding a little 50th birthday. I'm popping up the nose with some with a Stampin' Up! Dimensional again. You'll notice I'm working on a Stampin' Up! Pad. That's kind of my normal thing. There we go. Now I'm going to stick down my little 50. So this was a request. One of my girlfriends really liked the 50th birthday card I made the other day, and she has a friend that's turning 50, so she wanted me to make her a girl version. So that's what I'm doing. There we are. So now I'm going to add some dimension with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, and then I'll pop up those adorable little feet. Isn't that sweet? So there she is holding her 50th birthday, or number 50 to represent the 50th birthday. You know, or you could have her holding a cupcake or a candle or something like that. Now I'm pulling out my Secure White Jelly Roll pen in a number 10, and I'm just adding, you know, a few little highlights for fun, right? And these aren't perfect. They don't represent any kind of lighting. I just kind of put them wherever, you know, just to add, like I said, a little bit of something, something. Make things look a little bit more special, right? And then that is it. Isn't that cute? I just think that it turned out adorable. Okay, so now I'm going to put together the card. So first I have a piece of, let me see, Paper Tray Ink Raspberry Fizz cardstock cut at 4.25 by 11, scored at 5.5 inches with my Teflon bone folder and a Martha Stewart scoreboard. And I'm going to add a Nina Solar White 80-pound cardstock piece of paper to the inside that was 4 by 5.25 inches. So you saw me do that. Now I'm adding paper from that Hey Cupcake pad that's 1/8 of an inch smaller than an A2 size card base. And now I'm adding a stitched rectangle that is 3 15/16 by 2 11/16. And then the scalloped one is 4 3/4 by 3 1/8. There we go. And you'll notice like that back, the scallop piece is cut out of that same paper that I used for my card base, the Raspberry Fizz from Paper Tray Ink. And there we go. I love these patterns from this Doodlebug pad, Hey Cupcake. Now I cut an oval die that is 3 1/8 by 2 1/4 inches, and that is cut out of the dot stripe paper from Rainbow Petite Prints from Doodlebug. And then I went ahead and I cut a piece of that same Raspberry Fizz cardstock using Jaded Blossom's Border Dice 2 to make it look like a big balloon. There we go, and I'm using my ATG tape. And I'm going to kind of have that, you know, floating off the side of the card a bit, and then I will trim off the overhang with a pair of scissors. So easy stuff. Here we go. So I'll trim that off, and then I'll have a nice big balloon kind of in the upper left-hand side of my card, kind of going off the card base. Now I'm going to pop up my little gnome with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. And, you know, I like a lot of dimension, and especially if you're giving your card by hand to somebody, you don't have to worry about mailing it. You got to put a lot of dimension on there. It's kind of my favorite thing. There we go. So I peeled off the backing, and then I will pop that on. Isn't that cute? I just think that turned out so cute. Now I'm going to add I think it's like 3/4 of an inch slice of paper, and that's just using that Hey Cupcake pad. There's one piece of paper that has like borders on it, and I just trimmed out a couple of them. And then I will add that to my card bottom and cut off the overhang with a pair of scissors. So this is, like I said, a super easy card. So now on the inside, I'm going to be using those odds and ends, that Hey Cupcake odds and ends from Doodlebug. And I'm going to use 2 of the acetate balloons and the cupcake. So I'm going to add a little bit of my ATG tape to the back, and then I will stick that down. So the adhesive is all behind the cupcake, or the little cup of ice cream, or whatever the heck that is. I didn't even look. I think it's a little cup of ice cream. And I'm going to trim off the overhang with a pair of scissors there. And isn't that cute? I think it turned out cute. So now I am using the strings from our balloon dies. And I'm going to add the string in black American Crafts cardstock with my art glitter glue. So there we go. And then I'm going to cut off another piece of this to kind of make it look like it's wrapped around. You know, cut it up to the first loop. Nothing fancy. And I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to that. And I'll use my reverse tweezers, and I'll kind of slip that in there. There we go. Isn't that cute? Now that's a birthday sentiment from So Many Birthdays 5, and I also used the outline dies. All my die cutting today was done with my Gemini machine. That's kind of my go-to. There we are. And isn't that great? I just love these gorgeous fonts. It's like the perfect happy birthday. Now on the inside, I'm going to stamp another sentiment, and that sentiment is from the No Malicious Birthday stamp set, and it says, "Have a No Malicious Birthday," and I'm stamping that in VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink. So fun. Now I'm pulling out matte sprinkles. These are the Christmas assortment, and I'm just going to use the pink ones just to add a few little embellishments to this card. But otherwise, it's pretty much done. Like, it's a super easy one. There we go. And I'm going to add 2 more to the lower left-hand corner because, you know, I can't leave well enough alone. And then that's it. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog, be inspired, the Jaded Blossom store, to get your hands on these amazing goodies. And thank you, as always, for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. And I hope to have you come back and watch another one soon. Bye, everyone.